G'day guys, Vicar here. Hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm gonna turn this into that. Today I'm gonna show you how to reseal ODS8 and A8 taillights. These come from my A8L. They're gonna be going on my S8 because they're much nicer quality. They're not as bad. You'll see the other one, and you'll probably see them in the other videos. It's they're all yellowed out here. So I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna take it apart, and I'm gonna reseal them because the problem is, if you want to close up shut, yeah, there's water that seeps into it, and the way that happens is these are kind of recessed a little bit in a tailgate, well, in a boot lid, and this seams rear here, it pops open, so water gets in there and then it just follows the lens. Sometimes it fills up the back case as well. So all you gotta do when it starts to peel off, when you have that big of a gap, you can just pull it off really. It's gonna come out. Seems like the two plastic, they don't bond well together, or at least not for long. Although this is a pretty old car, but yeah. So here we have it. You got a moisture here, so we can wipe that off. But might as well clean everything up. Of course, I'm gonna eventually buff those out and apply a UV protective film on them so they'll last a long time. But right now the car is not painted yet, so there's no hurry to do that. I can do the paint correction, and I can do the buffing of the tail lights at the same time. And you see that the glue didn't hold up too well. Once you got the lens out of the way, you're inside the tail lamp, but there's still more lenses, and sometimes there's water in them as well, as you can tell here. Sometimes if it's not yellowed out, sometimes you can just dry it up. So I'm going to show you this way, and I'm going to show you the other way. Once the outside lens is out, you can see if you need to clean up in here, or if you have any more moisture, like this one. This one still has a little bit of moisture here, but inside looks good. There's no gunk, there's no yellowing out. So this one is a good candidate to just dry it up and reseal.
A not so ideal candidate would be this one from my S8. It's yellow inside and out. So the bezel's gonna have to come out, because now I'm out of scrubbing like this is gonna take care of that. Even the chrome is starting to chip away at the bottom. You can get that bezel out if you just lift it like that, and then you go after the points that don't move, and those are points where it's glued in. There's not a lot of them, but if you're careful, you can take them out pretty easily. There, that's one. And then you're in business. Once it starts to flip up like this, you're in business. You just gotta unclip those from the back, from the bottom, and now you can take everything out and give it a proper clean.
So now you have to remove the back case, so you can remove the bulb and the LEDs and get access to dry it up. So when you're gonna unclip these clips here, just unclip all those all the way around, and you pull it up, pull it just a little bit, because there's a wire that really doesn't have much room in it. So when you open up the case, don't go too quick, because you could break your PCB board. So you just lift it up a little bit like this. There's a connector right there, but it's hard to get to without removing this plate first. So what I like to do is, there's a screw here. It's a torque. I think it's a T25, T20. Now there's a T20 right here. So what I like to do is, I go in with my ratchet. I'm gonna undo this screw, and you'll see why. Removing that screw here, and once you've undone that, you're gonna have a lot of extra wires. You lift the PCB with it, and there you have it. And now you have all sort of access to disconnect this connector here. Here we go. Now we have to remove those boards as well. Gonna give us access with a blowgun to dry the whole thing out. Well, it's gonna be resealed. Not gonna be any moisture going back in it. You can tell there's a lot here. There's moisture everywhere in that light. Of course, pulling out of the car and they're not resting the way they usually sit on a car, so it accumulates in all the odd places. But yeah, just pull the circuit board out. Now you have access. Well, at least a better access on the other side. There's another one in a hole here. This is for a heat shield. Let's just remove it. Heat shield. And now you have a much bigger gap. It's gonna be easier to dry it up. And then you just go with your hair hose and you dry the whole thing up until you don't see any water droplets in it. Okay, the lens is clean, and if we put it back on there, it's gonna fall back into place because it's not gonna break. The glue's not gonna break evenly, so it's gonna help you line it up perfectly. And there you have it, no water in it. It's nice. Also tested the bulb. That's optional if you know everything works fine. Okay, I got 2 of them done. Now I'm gonna show you on the last one. I'm gonna use a cyanoacrylate glue to glue the lens back on. Hold it down with tape as you see here, and once that is all dried up and solid, I'm gonna run a bead of silicone around just for extra measure. You don't want to put too much cyanoacrylate glue, otherwise it's not gonna bond as well, so you keep it to a minimal, and you don't want it getting on the chrome pot, so another reason not to put too much. Okay, here's the final product, and here's the final verdict. This technique works really well. The only thing that I did not know is this hazing here. This is a property of cyanoacrylate glue. It's actually used in forensic, after looking that up. If you put it in contact with water vapor in an enclosed space, it's going to reveal everything that is ever so slightly greasy, and it's going to stick to it, which is mostly, in those cases, in forensic, fingerprints. So everything that's greasy is going to be revealed with a whitish mark like that. So don't use cyanoacrylate glue. Use 2-pot epoxy, and I'm going to show you exactly why, because this is one I've done with 2-pot epoxy, and as you can tell, it is flawless. I'm kind of bummed out that they did not turn out all like that, but you know, I was just experimenting with a $1,600 set of taillights, yeah. But alright, so if I had used 2-pot epoxy on all of these, they would all be like this. They would all be looking brand new. But now I hear you saying, of course, these came out good because they were good to start with. You only resealed them and dried them. Well, I also did the one on the S8, and here they are. So of course, it's not as bright inside the reverse light housing because it's lost a lot of its chrome inside, and it's pitted on the edge right here. But you'll have to agree that this looks a lot better, and this on your car versus what all they were. Yeah, this is much better. So thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. The car's gonna look better. You're gonna feel better, and maybe it'll be worth it for you to subscribe to my channel, because it's not the ad revenue that makes me continue this. It's the prospect of having more subscribers. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment. You can ask me anything down below in the comment section. So have a good evening, and see you in the next one.